Before we begin, I would like to forego the usual quip and actually pay homage to the voice of Bulma, Hiromi Tsuru, who passed away early Friday due to an aortic dissection. She was only 57. For those of you who might not be aware of her work, she has voiced Bulma, Baby Trunks, Baby Bra, as well as Tights, as well as many other characters from different series in the past. Yes, it's a pretty big loss for our community. But we must move forward, everyone, and remember what joy she and Bulma and all the characters that she voiced brought to us over the years. Thank you very much. Right, we've got an episode to review, everybody, so... Episode 116, The Sign of a Comeback. Ultra Instinct's Great Explosion. He ain't calling the comeback. He's been here for... some amount of time. Where we last left off, Ultra Instinct had returned to the battleground because the plot called for it, and the writers probably written themselves into a corner. Either way, Kefla's power is now being challenged by a power which actually seems to have some kind of negative energy, something we can't necessarily quantify in a way that we used to. His power might be a mystery, but I think Haverock and I actually have some ideas as to what it might be. If you wish to actually find out more about this, then you can check out my Did Goku Really Learn Ultra Instinct video, link in the description and up top. You might want to go and check the Ultra Instinct Color Theory video too. In typical fashion, Kefla is going to give everything that she's got to defeat him. But this time, we're not getting that typical dance break lucid routine from Goku, at least not just yet. We are getting a massive power-up and a screaming roar. Oh yes, I can feel the power. And yeah, that's a pretty bold start. However, surprisingly, he does break his silence by just simply saying, "You can't beat me anymore." As ominous as that indeed sounds, I think it would have still been better if Goku just not said anything, and continued to not say anything. Having this break of silence kind of ruins the experience for me in some way. And it would also been really good because it would have just rattled Kefla even more, and she would have become even more frantic and desperate to beat him, and then Ultra Instinct Goku could just go whoop right there and then. Now usually I would be annoyed with the Zenos interrupting once again, but they've actually managed to call out something which did make me laugh out. They too actually witnessed the whole thing that Goku goes blah! So for that reason I think that's cool, so I will allow it. You see, Zenos, I'm taking inspiration from you. And I laughed too when the GP said it, like, yes, they indeed went blah. Good job, Zeno. Meanwhile, on Jiren Watch, the glorious space alien booty is still firmly planted on the ground, or in the air, or in some kind of astral plane which is away from the rest of the world of Void, wherever. Either way, he hasn't gotten up and he is still not interested, not just yet. Whis then steps into the Kefla hype by implying that her power is rivaling that of the super spirit bomb that Goku wielded. You know, the World of Void spirit bomb. So, she's just as powerful as that. You know, that thing that turned into a black hole and then Goku went into... But dang though! That's both awesome and a little confusing. Confusingly awesome. How did Caulifla and Kale have that much power to begin with? Are Potara earrings in Universe 6 more potent than ours? This raises a lot of questions. Having said that though, Whis describing Goku as bathing in Spirit Bomb energy really gives me an idea for a new product. Toei, get out your pens. A range of Spirit Bath Bombs! You're welcome. Now you too can bathe ultra instinctively. Team Universe 6 right now looks positively enraged by the situation. Yep. Totally angry. I can just feel their rage emanating right at me. Now it's interesting right here that Goku is aware of what this move is called, despite not really knowing a thing about it the last time that he used it, and he woke up and he had no idea what it was, and nobody knew. Only Beerus and Whis knew what it was called. It's almost like whatever's controlling him and giving him this power is fully aware of what this technique is, and now Goku's connection with it is getting stronger, so more information is passed through. Either way, Kefla thinks it's pretty hot. I'm talking about the heat, the energy, guys. What were you thinking? Oh, guys, come on, be mature. So judging from the lightning bolts, Kefla is getting frustrated and powering up to the ranks of Super Saiyan 2. And then we just get 17 and 18 just going, oh my god, she's being so irresponsible. I know, am I right? Speaking of 17 and 18, thank you so much for posting fan art of Android 35 to my Twitter at MasakoX using the hashtag Android 35. As promised, I retweeted them, and I will also feature them at the end of this review, so be sure to stick to the end to actually see what works were actually sent to me. Actually, it was so popular, maybe some of these fan art features might become a thing. I know the idea for the next one. Send your fan art of hashtag Spirit Bath Bombs to @MasakoX, and I will feature them at the end of the next episode, so Get drawing, guys, and thank you in advance. Indeed, Kaba confirms that Kefla went Super Saiyan 2. I mean, we know, guys, the lightning bolts have become even more of a signifier these days. But hey, Kaba's at least participating, unlike Hit, who's just looking like he's having a major sulk on right now. Man, this shot's actually really kind of awesome. It's really well composed, it really gives a sense of scale and power emanating from them, and it also makes them look like two lightsabers ready for battle. Gohan's now speculating about whether they should flee now that giant boulders are coming in their direction. And do I even need to finish the joke right now? I think even the boulders realize that that joke is getting kind of stale and dodged for Gohan. But yeah, this conversation between Gohan and Piccolo is just really padding because the summation of it could be thusly. Oh my god, is that my dad? Yep. Glad I'm not that guy right now. Despite Kefla's new energy looking really cool, especially some of her attacks, I'm really detecting a sense of reused frames a lot in this part of the episode because that shot of Piccolo, yeah, that's been used about like 3 times. Oh dear, Piccolo's become the exposition machine today. And he's not even in the stands. Meanwhile, Goku is done powering up and is ready to take on Kefla, who is positively brazen with energy and really kind of heady with it, like she's kind of energy drunk. And it proves to be ultimately worthless. Goku dodges Kefla's attack with minimal effort, and the look on Kefla's face is absolutely priceless. And instead of awe, I kind of chuckled. Is that right for me to think? I mean, this is Dragon Ball after all. It's meant to be a comedy, so subversion? And now, the dance of dodging. Captain Ginyu, this might be up your alley. Suddenly, Fua, the Supreme Kai of Universe 6, breaks his character and then goes into a rage stating that he's all fired up against Kefla and that they better win, and it's suddenly really jarring for everybody, myself included. For 2 years, this guy's just gone like, oh my, oh, and then suddenly he's just like, Wah! I'm scared. Beerus is scared. Everyone's scared. Whilst Goku is mocking Kefla, Vegeta then begins to cotton on as to what this power could be, and we then get a flashback to the old days of pre-hand-drawn style Super, and it looks really jarring and weird, and actually makes me realize how far we've come in terms of animation and drawing style. Toei's really putting in an effort this time, and it's become plainly obvious. After some more dodging and falling off a cliff, the two eyes of Kefla and Ultra Instinct Goku meet, and this moment is just like, mwah, sublime when it comes to composition. Then Goku punches Kefla away like a ragdoll. You think that she's going to fall off, and it does look like that she would, but then again the classic anime trope of everybody going like, oh, he did it! She's off the ring! Comes into play, and then when you know that happens and the characters presume, then the total opposite is going to happen. The moral of this story, kids? Never presume in anime. Never. Goku then states that he's getting more used to the Ultra Instinct power. Now this is interesting. Is this him actually getting used to the power and using it for his own ends? Or maybe the connection between him and wherever the power's coming from is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and the control over him is getting faster and faster. That's why he's able to talk, so he's able to be more like a puppet. Jiren Watch has reported that the big bad alien has now woken up, and he's now fully engaged in the fight between Goku and Kefla. He's not really saying anything still, just grunts, but, you know, we're getting there. In a flash, Goku is right on Kefla and recycled animation emerges, but you know what? It's actually well placed and appropriate, so you know what? It's okay. It was a good shot to begin with. Okay, things are getting a bit more interesting now because Goku does an air punch similar to Jiren's whilst he's in Ultra Instinct state, so what kind of power does Jiren have, and Goku's able to tap into it somehow? However, Whis reminds us all that Goku hasn't perfected Ultra Instinct just yet, because yeah, he may be able to defend himself perfectly, but when it comes to the attack, he's still focusing on it, and therefore, the potential of it is actually compromised. And you know things are about to heat up again once Ultimate Battle plays. Kefla explodes with red energy and it's basically cutting up the arena, something chronic, and Vados is describing this as her final weapon, a last resort. This is the kind of attack which favors Ultra Instinct's defensive powers perfectly because he's able to dodge without any kind of effort whatsoever. Remember, this is him charging a Kamehameha at the same time. Okay, that's pretty sweet. So then Kefla does a final beam attack and Goku, oh my god, he leaps up it, grinds up the beam using the Kamehameha charge like some kind of wheel, and then blasts the Kamehameha right in her face. Whoa! Bravo! Bravo! Yes, indeed, this was the final beam attack, but not in the way that Kefla hoped. She is not only knocked out of the arena, but the Patara earrings are also destroyed, which means that they are sent to the stands as Caulifla and Kale. Universe 6 is now down to 2 fighters. the Namekians. Ooh, it's not looking good for them. And they were the early favourites. Whis then chooses this moment to basically repeat what we just witnessed, but actually at this point we are all left reeling at the awesome visuals that we might need a reminder of exactly what happened. So okay, I'm gonna give this a pass this time. And I also like how Whis' description is like a little dig towards Beerus, like he's kind of hinting, it's like, oh, this attack's quite good, Beerus, right? You know? The thing that you haven't mastered? Oh, Whis, you're so sassy. Goku ultimately falls out of Ultra Instinct again, and Jiren is now assessing the situation. Whis is then gloating immensely, stating that he's not done with Goku just yet, and then Vegeta's going, I'll master this 11 times faster than you, Kakarot! We then end the episode with Goku hobbling away, whilst everything else is going off around him. And this is now the perfect opportunity for him to go and sit down and have some charging moments whilst we go into the next episode, which is 17 and 18 against Universe 2's Ribrianne. Yeah, this is the perfect time for Goku to sit down, grab a bag of popcorn, and then just watch this thing go by. All in all, this episode seemed pretty static to me, but it also had some really impressive visual moments. And some of the storyboarding for the attacks and responses was just mighty. I mean, grinding up an energy attack with another energy attack. I love it. Either way, I think it was the right time to call an end to that fight because we'd had it for about 2 episodes now, and if it went any longer, it would be really dragging it out and it wouldn't have been the time to do it. If this was its own arc and like the end game boss, then okay, I can understand it, but they did a right thing here. They can now move forward with some of the other characters whilst Goku's recharging. Perfect opportunity for that. And again, I wish Goku just stayed a mute whilst he's in Ultra Instinct. It would have made it all the more intimidating. But anyway. That was my review for Dragon Ball Super episode 116. Tune in next time for my review of episode 117. Be sure to like and subscribe, and as promised, here are some examples of Android 35 sent to me at MasakoX. And don't forget for next time, hashtag Spirit Bath Bombs to the same Twitter. Alright, until next time guys, catch you later, and enjoy the gallery!